There's so much wrong with the new woke Doctor Who that I've been struggling to make videos about it because they're flooding the market with so much that you just can't even keep up. I think they're trying the opposite tactic. Like there's usually the slow frog that boils, and then you slowly get there. They're just overloading people so that you can't even comment on it at this point. If you've been watching the interviews of Nikuti Gatwa and Russell T Davies as they've been prepping for the release of this new series, wow! I mean, it's a nightmare. But actually, they're all in the same boat, and David Tennant is no better than them. In fact, he might be the cringiest of them all. He might have said some of the worst things I've ever seen any actor say in order to try to just gaslight you, in order to try to, push this sick agenda on children. And it is for children. If you saw last week, Russell T Davies did say that, he is actively attempting to push these LGBTQ concepts, and he even referenced children as young as 6. Now, this is an old man. It's disgusting. You know exactly what it means. You know there's an LGBTQIA+, and you know what the plus stands for. The plus stands for something sick, and that's what these people are. They're very sick in the head, and they shouldn't be in charge of what used to be family programming. This is nuts. So it's all a big gaslight about race and gender and sexuality, and this is all they care about. They don't care about the show anymore. They don't care about the fans anymore. There's a reason that Nerdrotic's out there, using the RIP Doctor Who hashtag so often, because it's deader than a doornail. I think this is frankly like we're on track to be so much worse than what was happening with the Jodie Whittaker era that it's almost unbelievable. But we're going to get into the news with David Tennant in just a second. Brace yourselves. This is a trigger warning, I guess. Ugh. Crazy stuff. My name's John Della Rose. If you're new to the channel, I'm a #1 best-selling science fiction author, and I actually write real science fiction. So these books are not about like gender identity or anything like that. I try to have real science fiction concepts, real science fiction fun, like Doctor Who used to be. So check this out. This is my trilogy, The Stars Entwined. It's an epic space opera. If you like any of the classics, you will absolutely love this. And we're actually working on a new space exploration series that's going to stem out of this, because Doctor Who's really about exploration. It used to be. Now it's about like exploring somebody's backside or something. But that's about it. But it used to be about exploring different times and spaces, to find, cool things and learn things about the universe. No longer. We're trying to bring that back. That link's in the description below. Thank you so much for checking this out. Appreciate you guys for being there. All right. The story of the day is after politically charged Doctor Who specials, David Tennant tells fans opposing transgenderism to F off. Yes, they're always so vulgar with what they have no way to communicate their arguments, because what they know they're doing is promoting lies. They're promoting evil. And so all they can do is lash out angrily rather than make any sort of like cogent points about things. It's sick. It's sick. And a man, just because he puts on a dress or whatnot, does not make him a woman, David Tennant. And a kid doing so is a sign of abuse from an adult who's kind of manipulating them and screwing them up on this level. But David Tennant has been, just as woke as any of these other guys in Doctor Who. He's been a disaster this entire time, too. Everybody involved with this is a radical leftist, and if you watched the 60th anniversary specials, I just want to remind you what happened with this. Do you remember how they replaced Isaac Newton with an Indian guy? This is an actual historical figure, and they went out of their way to cast somebody who absolutely did not look like Isaac Newton whatsoever, just to piss you off. It was intentional. Russell T Davies says that they stir up controversies intentionally. And if you look at the episode before that, what happened? Well, they replaced Rose, and this is the new Rose that you're supposed to accept. Donna Noble had a daughter, beautiful daughter, the most beautiful daughter in the world, as they say, who is a dude. And the entire episode was just a big lecture about how you'd better respect Rose's pronouns here, or else, you male-presenting doctor. It was awful. And then to cap it all off, introducing our new gay black doctor friend, they had him like split off of David Tennant, and they called it bi-generation. And that's intentional. Russell T. Davies thinks he's being clever, calling it the bi-generation, like bisexual. And that's all this is about. That's all they care about. And they're coming for your kids. I mean, there was that whole San Francisco choir about singing a song about coming for your kids before. Things have changed in the last couple of years. They used to be ashamed about that. They used to be, no, we're not going to come for that. We just leave us alone. What we do in the privacy of our own bedrooms. They used to say that. That was a lie. And they are absolutely coming for your kids. And David Tennant is pushing that narrative and agenda more than anybody I've ever seen. So here he is on Instagram, and he posted this shirt about trans kids. Crazy stuff. It says "Leave trans kids alone," and he posed in multiple different outfits on this to try to virtue signal. And then he went to a convention to like double down on this kind of messaging. Now, by the way, there's no such thing as a trans kid. A kid is not sitting there thinking about their gender or whatever, unless somebody like David Tennant is gaslighting them about it and abusing them. That's the truth. These kids do not have the capacity to do this on their own, and there's nobody who was just born. There's no science behind any of this crap. Don't let them gaslight you on this stuff. It's really about child abuse and trying to force these kids into these lifestyles because they want the children for themselves. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. So he went to a convention in Germany, and this is what he says about things. Like it's really bizarre. When I was a kid, the idea of being non-binary wasn't something that existed. Yes, that's how you know that this is just a complete social construct that's about a crazy agenda and crazy depopulation agenda by the globalists. It really is. It wasn't a concept. No, it wasn't. It's not natural. It wasn't a concept. There aren't non-binary monkeys. There's not non-binary dogs. It doesn't exist in nature. This is all mental illness. I've seen that emerge, and people are able to express themselves through that. Oh, how nice. It only ever seems positive as far as I can see. Well, if you look at just like how the kids end up that like get into this stuff, there's a lot of depression. There's a lot of bad things that result from it. So you're wrong, David Tennant. There's no positive that comes out of this whatsoever. He went further saying, now there's a similar weaponization of these topics taken mostly by the right wing. Do you like how they like to, this is how they gaslight you too. They are weaponizing this in the show. I mean, they're using the most beautiful daughter in the world. And if you don't just accept what they say, you're weaponizing it. Like it's a cry bully mentality. These are the bullies. They're bullying everybody into not just tolerance, which, I mean, look, there's a lot of tolerance out there already. It's about acceptance and becoming one of them at this point. It's bullying. It's weaponization. It's using this, and of course, you get canceled if you say anything otherwise. So who's actually weaponizing this, David Tennant? You're the one doing it. Or certain sections of society to create friction and conflict and division where there needn't be. That's literally the entire agenda here. This all comes from Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals playbook that the Obama administration used. Sorry to get too political on this, but it stems from way back then. And they did this. They tried to divide people into segments so that they could keep them fighting against each other, so that they could maintain control and power. This is an American political play coming from the radical left wing in the Democratic Party. That's all it is. And everybody across the board in entertainment is just hook, line, and sinker for this. It's just about people being themselves. It's not. You don't need to be bothered about it. F off and let people be. You see how he lectures the audience? This is a convention, like a geek convention in Germany. And he goes up on his little pedestal and lectures you like he's some like God who's dictating what morality should be for you. This is how entitled these people in Hollywood are. This is how sick they are. David Tennant is a symptom of this sickness. The entire crew at Doctor Who is also a symptom of this sickness. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. And what's ridiculous about them saying F off and let people be is they can't even enter into a room without broadcasting it on a t-shirt, without yelling at us, without swearing at us. David Tennant, you need to F off and let people be, not us. That's the truth here. Leave the children alone, David Tennant. It's sick. And this is what Doctor Who's going to be over the next season. I've got more on this tomorrow. I'll be talking about what we can expect from the upcoming Doctor Who release soon. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my book, The Stars Entwined, my friends, on Amazon. I'll put that link right in the description below. We'll be back soon.